Yeah. Once again, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash, Shalom, double honors to the elder, the apostle and the elder of GMS, or you brother around the world that pushing this truth in sincerity and in truth, much love, Shalom, I received this book a few days ago, and I was going through a few pages, First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for this book, because I wanted it a long time, and I finally get it, and to Brother Zari for this book, to help him out with this book, much love to you, brother. I'll be doing a lot of video with this book because I like it, and all the brothers from GMS have this book, and the author of the book is Elisha J. Israel. The name of the book is Into Egypt Again with Ship, a message to the forgotten Israelite, African Americans, so I was going through the preface, which is the introduction of the book, and I see me just go through it and bring out a few scripture on it for beginners, which I know this will be edifying, anyway, without any further ado, let me get in. I'm going to start at the third paragraph. I don't want to read hard all. I'm going to just make a run through it. You see, it is true that the slave have been emancipated, right? Yeah, they was emancipated, but when you really check up the word emancipated, it actually means to free. It means freedom, but they was free. What they was free from? They was free from the chains around the neck, the chains around the foot and the hand, and now it is mentally, they're mentally in slavery, just like Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Yeah, they take the chain off of your neck and now they put it on your mind, so what happened now? You so-called so-called African Americans, which is you Negro, Latinos, and Native, think that you're emancipated and you're free. You're not free, right? Because you're still going to massa for whatever you want, for your clothes, your food, your water, your gas, everything. According to the course, this is what is going on. So that yoke is come off of your physical body, but it's now mentally in your head, right? Okay, I continue. It is true that the slave has been emancipated. Now, one may argue that African Americans are free, because these niggas always arguing you and telling you that, hey, we're free. I work for my own money. But who you work for, nigga? You work for massa. We work for these other nations, right? We have a house, but we really don't own our house. We have a car, we don't own our car. Try driving on the road without a permit. You understand? Hey, try walking on the road a certain kind of way. They take you and put you in a shelter, or they would charge you, or try to behave a certain hour on the street. Hey, you're still in captivity. However, being free from physical slavery does not completely make amend for their enslavement. Physical bondage is only one element of what slavery actually meant to the Africans Americans. That's just one element that the slavery with the band, the chain around your neck, and Pharaoh with the whip, lash. You thinking that is slavery? No, Negro, you're still in slavery right now. You're still in slavery right now. Check it and you will see. You understand? We are kings and prince. You understand? Our women are princess. Right? We're not supposed to work with you. We were created to be served. This other nation was created to serve us. We wasn't supposed to serve them. Right now we're in the state of serving them. Right? Okay, I move on. It says, there was a loss of land and everything that accompany having their own homeland. Right? Everybody's in their homeland except the Hebrew Israelite. It says, and everything that accompanies having their own land, the most important being is nationhood. But when there is no genuine ownership of the land or sense of nationhood, as is the case of the so-called Negro, Black, or African American, unity is impossible. You know, because we do not have a dwelling place right now. You understand? We do not have a dwelling place right now. We are scattered abroad. Right? The curse is upon us that you two is going to betray one another. You're going to kill one another. You understand? You're going to exploit one another. You're going to show respect to your father, nor your mother. You're going to respect your children, your son, nor your daughter. You understand? You're going to even respect your power that created you. You understand? That is the curse upon you. You know? Spiritual blindness. Right? And we're not in our homeland. Look at everybody. They have their homeland. They know their nationality. They know who they is. They have a line of lineage to their heritage. You know, which most of them have robbed and killed and shed a lot of blood, you know, to get where they is today. You know, the scripture said in let me just get up quick, you know. Just bring out some precept wise going through it, you know. This is Sirach chapter 8. Chapter 8. See, like chapter 10 and 8. It said, because of unrighteous dealing, injury, and riches got it by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Right? So what happened because we disobey Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? What happened? All the riches and the Most High give you all our blessing, you know, but it's just for a short period of time. According to the scripture, Esau is the last either nation where would rule over us. And after then, we're next. You know, we're next. Continue. It's what separates Negroes, Black, or African Americans from all the other sons of Adam? There's a question. You know, what separates us? I'm going to get into that quick. What separates us? This is what makes us peculiar. Right? This is what make us stand out from all the other nations. You know? Because the Most High is with us. We have his name. You know? This is Psalms 147 and 19 to 20. It says, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That is what make we stand out. You know? That is what make we a peculiar people. A treasure. Right? But we're not in the state of treasure right now because we disobey the law, statutes, and commandment that the Most High have given to us. Continue. It says, what separate the Negroes, right? But the brother only mentioned the Negroes, you know, it was mostly based on the Negroes here. But also the so-called Mexican, you know, the Spanish, native, they are also our people. You know, our people are scattered abroad. So this lesson is for you so-called Latino, native, and Negro, right? Every lesson that we do, we are only talking to our people, the sons of Jacob. You know, it says what separates the Negroes, black or African Americans from all the other sons of Adam is that all Adam's sons have a sense of nationality or identity. You know, all others, like these other nations, they know who they is. The Elam know who they is. The Moabite know who they is. The Ammonite know who they is. The Cushite know who they is. The Edomites know who they is. But you so-called Negro and Latino and native don't know who you all are. But now that is why Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai have set up the men of the Lord to come out to wake you up. You know, to wake you up to your true nationality, to bring you back to your heritage. Right? And speaking of that, why we didn't why we don't know who we are, I'm gonna get a scripture for that. This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and 4. It says, and thou, even thyself, tongue also to Jeremiah, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from the heritage, from thine heritage. You know, we was discontinued from our heritage because of disobedience. That's why we so-called Negro, Latino, or native, we don't know who we are. You understand? You ask any Negro that living in America, they will tell you, hey, you know, I'm an African American. Negro, you cannot be an African American. You cannot be two national. You cannot have two nationality. You are where your father is. All right. You ask niggas around around the island and these other continents and countries, they tell you they are African. You cannot be an African. How could you be an African? They call themselves African, but African, there was a general name, Scipio Africanus, right? That conquer, his name is Annabella, right? General Annabella, and he ended up taking over the continent of Africa, right? And that is how he named the land after himself. So let me get a precept quick, you know, just to validate what it is saying, because these things is actually confirmation that this scripture is 100% true and accurate, right? This is Psalms 49 and 11. It says, the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generation. Their generation, right? They call their lands after their own name, and this is what Africanus did. You know, Scipios Africanus, that's what he did. He called Africa after his own name. And you so-called Negro, always calling yourself your Benjamite, and you always calling yourself Africans. Y'all are not Africans, bro. Read, you know, look into your history. It's important. You know, just don't call yourself anything. The scripture says you should call yourself one thing. Be ye holy, for I am holy. You understand? You're a Hebrew Israelite. You understand? Anyway, continuing. You know, it say, read it back one more time. It say, what separates the Negro, black, and African American from all the other sons of Adam is that all Adam's sons have a sense of national identity. It say an Italian knows that he is an Italian, and the German knows that he is a German. He can trace his root But the black man or woman living in America as a product of the curse of slavery. That's a curse. The curse, like, it's because we disobey the law, statute, and commandment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, we curse. You understand? And this is just the beginning to know who we is and coming back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. The curse is being lifted off of us now. According to the scripture, it's going to come off of us and go on these other nations. Right? Go on. It says, has no true sense of national identity and no true sense of self. If an individual does not know who he is or from where he derived, how can he progress towards forwards effectively? You know, you cannot move forward effectively. You know, because you can always try to be somebody. And you can't be nobody. You want to be like Massa. There's destruction, there's missiles for Massa. Be ye yourself. Be ye holy as your Father which is in heaven is holy. Or perfect. You know, according to the scripture. Continue. This is beautiful, you know. And this is just page 6. So imagine when I go more in, you know. Yeah, right. It's a this is a dilemma for the so-called African American. Right? Now what's the meaning of dilemma? Right? The mean two. Lemma go back to anything. So we so-called African American, right? You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native, whatever sound good to your ears, you know, you'll just take it and run with it. You know, you'll take anything and just run with it. Right? So it's you in a dilemma. Right? You're in a dilemma, you're in a coma. Right? And you won't wake up yet. Because you choose not to listen to the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Most of all, you choose not to listen to the apostles and the men that the Most High have set up in this world. So that's why you're going to always be in that dilemma. That's the coma, that sleep, that deep sleep. You know? And you're not in the sleep for your salvation. You're in the sleep for your destruction. Because you're all hard-headed. Have a little more. It's a yeah. But that's the point, you know. But I'm just reading a little more here. It's a the purpose of this book is to reveal the identity of the so-called African American, to provide the explanation for their peculiar state. You see? Peculiar state. You understand? But really and truly, you're not in a peculiar state, because peculiar go back to treasure. You're in a state right now that is not a treasure. We need to, through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, we need to get out of this state. But you could only get out of it by the spirit of truth, the spirit of life. You understand? We're in a dead state. You know, precept quick. You know, this is one of my favorite precepts as well. You know? Proverbs 21:16. The man that wander out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. You know? So you're not in the congregation of the wise. Right? According to the scripture, you know, you're supposed to go to the wise men and they will teach you about this truth, about life. You know, you may just get it quick, you know. Jeremiah chapter 5:5. It says, I will get me unto the great men and will seek unto them and will speak unto them, Silakia, for they have known the way of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, your power. It say, but these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bond, you understand, of this world. You know, the minute we know Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, and we study to show ourselves approved and be diligent in this truth, you know, like the scripture say, be diligent to make your calling and election sure. You know, we've been diligent in this truth. You know, just roughly paraphrasing that. You know, we're working out our own salvation with fear and trembling. You know, the Most High have put the Spirit upon certain men, even to the Edomites, right? These are the nation even to a two-third, to validate his points that he want to get out. You know, the scripture said, the ways of a man is not in him, you know, but the Most High direct the step of a man. So the Most High is who working through men to get this prophecy over and to fulfill what the Most High have said, what have to be done. You know. Anyway, well, that is it for now. You know, with that, I want to give our praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. You know, Ba'Shem Rakah Kadash. You know, double honors to the apostle and elders of GMS. Much love to you. You know, salutation to the brothers that risking their life every day, you know, and keep pushing this truth, edifying Israel, building Israel up, you know, and hopefully that they're going to come in, which is talking about the two, Silakia, the 1/3, which is the elect, you know, the elect, which is the 144 chosen men, and the women and children that make up the 1/3, you know. Anyway, I hope this lesson was edifying to you. You know, I'm gonna bring more out on this book. You know, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai for it. You know, anyway, with that, I want to say shalom, much love.